Hey guys, Charles Barkley here, and you're watching More Ways to Win with Lisa Kerney and the guys. Let's go!
Yes!
Let's go is right.
Let's go, guys. Charles Barkley's hyped for the NBA Finals, and so are we. What's up, Hoops fans? The NBA Finals tip off in just a few hours. We're getting you ready for the big game and the entire series. Thanks for hanging with us. Welcome inside our LA studio. This is FanDuel Sportsbook's More Ways to Win. I'm your host, Lisa Kerney, joined by our betting experts. We've got Dave Weaver here.
What up?
Ed Egros. And, of course, we've got our guy, Andrew Filipponi, joining us from Pittsburgh. What's up? We're breaking down tonight's Celtics-Warriors Game 1 matchup. Our guys are picking the winners, betting player and game props, as well as dishing out some series bets that you can hit up right now on the FanDuel Sportsbook. You can take all our experts' information. You can use it to place your bets right from your phone. Just download the FanDuel Sportsbook app. Check out all the wagers we're talking about here on this show and so much more. And, hey, new users, check this out. Special fist bump just for you. You can get $200 in free bets. All you have to do is sign up for an account, make a minimum deposit of $10, place a minimum bet of $5. You're going to get $200 instantly. So new users, make sure to take advantage of this promotion to collect that $200 in free bets, and you can do it right now. All right, team, let's do this thing. We're taking it off, and we're getting right to Game 1. Boston is in San Francisco to take on the Warriors. Tip time, 9 Eastern on ABC. Let's bet this thing, guys. Dub's giving 4 here. And we're going to get all of your picks to start us off. Dave, you are up.
Well, I mean, the Warriors know the importance of winning a Game 1. You look at what they've done so far in this postseason. They beat Denver by 16 in Game 1. They went on the road and they had to beat Memphis in Game 1, and then they blew Dallas out by 25. The nerves are going to be there for the Celtics. Everybody knows that. They've never been in this situation. This is old hat for the Warriors, so I think they have a huge advantage, and also in being at home. Boston hasn't started their series very well. They beat the Nets by 1, and then they lost their next 2 Game 1s by double digits. So I think this is a good spot for the Warriors to get out to a quick start in this series.
Here are 2 more things to keep in mind as far as why the Warriors will have a significant advantage in this Game 1. First off, they are rested. Rest matters more than rust. They've had a few more days off, and they played 2 fewer playoff games. That matters in this situation. Look at what Boston looked like at the end of Game 7. They were absolutely banged up. Golden State, a good bit fresher. And speaking of freshness, they are getting some reinforcements back in all likelihood. Guys like Otto Porter Jr., who's huge for that second wave, adding 9.4 points per 100 possessions. Gary Payton II may also be coming back. He forces just about as many turnovers as anybody. Andre Iguodala, perhaps a bigger question, but still an outstanding spot-up shooter. The reinforcements who will return for the Warriors will give Steve Kerr a lot of different options, and that's why I think they win handily.
I totally disagree with you guys. I think the Celtics are going to cover this spread and win the series. I'm very confident in them. I look at who the Warriors have played and beaten. Denver was a one-man team in Jokic. Ja Morant got hurt in the next round. And we know Dallas, fluke. They beat Phoenix. The Suns were the best team in the Western Conference all year. Look, Boston, no finals experience, but battle-tested in these playoffs. 7-2 on the road. This is the best defensive team that the Warriors have seen all playoffs all season, really, frankly. And I think it shows in this game. They won in Golden State earlier this year, and they're going to win Game 1 tonight.
That's what Pony's good for, the contrarian. I love it.
Of course.
All right, you know what? Take that plus money. What? 142 there on the money line for Boston. Here we go around the horn again, and this time we're going to focus on the total, guys. The line on the FanDuel Sportsbook app right now is there on your screen, 212.5. So, guys, will the team's combined total points go over or under that number? And, Dave, I'm going to come right back to you. How are you playing it?
Yeah, it feels a little low to me, the 212.5. But when you factor in Boston's defense is what it is. You go back to that Heat series, and the combined total average throughout those 7 games was 190 points. But they're not playing the Heat. They're playing the Warriors. They know how to put up points. In this postseason, they have eclipsed 120 points 6 times already. I think that the Warriors are going to get into the teens, 115, 116, maybe 120. So that only means the Celtics need to get to, right around less than 100 if that's the case. So I'm taking the over, even though respecting Boston's defense, they haven't seen what the Warriors can do, and it's going to be a high-scoring one, I think, at least for the Warriors side.
Does at home, too.
Yeah, this is the best offense that Boston has faced all playoffs long. I think there's no doubt about that whatsoever. I always make a beeline for pace stats whenever I'm looking at totals, and this is what I did. I looked at Otto Porter and Gary Payton II in terms of them possibly returning for this game one, and if they do, that means the pace will go up for the Warriors. We've also seen some sloppy passing at times from Boston and from Golden State as well. That can also lead to transition baskets really from both offenses, and so the combination of potentially sloppy passing that could lead to some breakaways, plus the presence of reinforcements amping up the pace a little bit, I also love the over here.
Yeah, I'm going under. I need to. That's got to be the game script for Boston to win the game. They're not intimidated by the Warriors. You saw what Marcus Smart did to Steph Curry early in the year. It got some people upset like Steve Kerr. I love that. They've got a rim protector in Robert Williams, provided he goes, which I think he will tonight. So you've got the front court defense, the back court. I just think Boston is very underrated in this spot because everybody's resting on their laurels thinking, oh, the Warriors are a been there, done that team. So I'm taking this game to go under, and that helps Boston win.
Great stuff, guys. That's a look at two of the most popular bets on the board right now, the spread and the total. We have plenty more coming up on the show, including our guys picking some player props and their series winner. Who will be raising the Larry O'Brien Trophy? That is coming up. But first, I want to tell you about a free contest with a $50,000 prize pool. Basketball Bingo, presented by Hulu Plus Live TV, is easy to play, and you can enter right now. All you have to do is log on to FanDuel.com/Hulu-NBA-Bingo before tip-off of tonight's game. You'll get a virtual bingo card. The squares the thing that could happen during tonight's Celtics-Warriors game. Now, as the game plays out, when you get a bingo, click on the Call Bingo button on your virtual card. The first 6,200 people to call bingo will get a share of that $50,000 prize pool in the form of site credit. Such a fun throwback. Make sure you get your card to play the free Basketball Bingo presented by Hulu Plus Live TV contest for your chance to win a share of that $50,000 prize pool. Sign up again at the website on your screen right there. It's FanDuel.com/Hulu-NBA-Bingo. And remember to enter before tip-off tonight, 9 p.m. Eastern Time, and good luck. All right, team, let's get back to betting tonight's game and start right from the beginning here. Which player will score the first basket of the game? This is a popular prop bet available right now on the FanDuel Sportsbook app and does include free throws, so definitely keep that in mind, guys. You see the odds right there on your screen. Dave, which player do you think will score the first point of the game?
I'm going with a decent price in here. I'm going with number 22. I've been so impressed with Wiggins throughout the Western Conference Finals. He's not afraid to shoot. You need somebody that wants to take that first shot. He's not afraid to do it. You know, I think the odds are pretty good, and even Looney has been making some of those first buckets as well. So maybe we can get some prices in this one.
What'll make this series interesting is that Boston does have some significant size here, and I do think they're going to win the tip. And I think Boston can win and get points in that first possession. So I want to feed it to the big guy to kind of beat that smaller lineup by Golden State. So how about going after Robert Williams at 9-1 there?
And now you're finally speaking my language. I did the same thing. I like the Williams matchup because what is Looney for real? I mean, he was unbelievable against Dallas. I don't buy it because Mavericks have serious inside problems. So I see Williams either, maybe not a possession in the post, but I see a second chance basket here, an offensive rebound that leads to the game's first score.
All right, guys, from the first basket to the first quarter now, let's focus on which team will be ahead after the first 12 minutes of play. The first quarter spread is the Warriors giving half a point. Dave, first quarter pick, go.
I mean, to me, Chase Center is going to be rocking the nerves of the Celtics in their very first finals game for all these guys. It's going to take its toll, I think, in these first 12 minutes. So I think the Warriors jump out quick.
I actually see value in Boston getting here, in large part because, look, Golden State, yes, they are fantastic and could very well get a blowout here, but all of their adjustments tend to happen at halftime and in the third quarter. I think that's when they start to pull away. But at least in the early going, I think Boston can cover this.
Dave, I think Ed's starting to come over to the dark side with me.
Oh, no.
I do.
No.
I hear a little edge towards Boston here with that pick. You're with me and Charles Barkley. Now I'm taking Boston, too. I see a formula very similar to Game 2 at Dallas, Golden State, where Golden State comes out flat, and they've got to recover later in the game to try to make up for that.
Chuck will appreciate that shout out, by the way, Pony. All right, that is just one of a bunch of bets that you can make on a quarter or a half. Just head to the FanDuel Sportsbook app, check those out for some really good value bets that you can place right now. And some of the most popular wagers available on the FanDuel Sportsbook are player props. You guys know that. So we're going to hit some of the big name players and go rapid fire style because it is our jam. All right, guys, everybody's back in here. Guys, I'm going to throw out a prop bet. I'm going to ask two of you to tell me if you're going over or under that number. And we're going to start with Steph Curry because why not? Dave and Ed, this is you. His point total is 27.5. Dave, over or under?
I'm going over. I mean, this is what Steph Curry does. He lives for the finals. Hanging 30 at home is what I think he'll do in all of those games, but especially in game number one. I think it's going to be draining. It's been a while for him to get back in this spot. I think it's going to be so hyped out there, and he's going to have this crowd rocking. I'd say he scores 34.
I hope someone mutes Pony for my answer here because I'm going under. I think it's 2 points too high. I see it closer to, say, 25. That's what the models are suggesting, in large part because, look, Steph Curry is not the same three-point shooter that he was during this dynasty, but he is a much better assist guy. I think that's going to be his real value in this game one. I'm going under this number.
Okay, let's move on now. I was waiting for Pony, but Pony, you're good job. All right, now to the Celtics superstar, Jayson Tatum. And Pony and Dave, this one is for you. Over under 28.5 points for Tatum. Pony, your turn.
I'm going over. Dave, you really buy Andrew Wiggins? Your whole argument for the Warriors is experience-based. This guy doesn't know his way around the NBA Finals. And he's gonna get the Tatum assignment. So I'm going over here.
That's one basket on
over.
that bet. Okay, I'm going under because this is something that it just nerves are real, Pony. You remember the first time you did this show on More Ways to Win? Your hands were shaking like this. You know, it happens. It's okay. I think Tatum is going to have a little bit of a rough start here, and it's going to be too much of a gap to close late and get those points. I'm going to say under.
All right, let's focus on three-pointers now, guys. Ed and Pony, for you, over or under 3.5 three-point field goals for Klay Thompson. Ed, what do you think?
Well, I think playing with Gary Payton II is actually going to be good for Klay because I think it's going to create a lot more open looks. His effective field goal shooting is north of 61% in those kinds of lineups, and so I feel like that all those open looks, eventually some are going to fall, so I'm going to take the over here.
And you love these bench guys for the Warriors, these eighth man and ninth man coming back for them. No, I'm going under. He had 8 threes in his last game, so everybody's thinking, you got to go over here. He's red hot from 3. Not happening. Going under here.
All right.
Definitely under.
Okay, going under for Pony. Now to Jaylen Brown. The line for Brown, 2.5 three-pointers made. Dave and Ed, this is for you. Which way are you going, Dave? You're first.
Well, it's all about anticipating how many threes that he's going to take. If he takes 10 like he did in the game against Milwaukee, he's going to hit that number. But the last 2 games against Miami, total of 8. In the last 2 games, making only 1 in each game. So I think the trend right now is he's going to attack. He's going to make most of his baskets inside the arc. I'm going to take the under.
It is a tight number. Only 35% of Brown's shot attempts this season were threes, and so I feel like the number is about right. But I also think Boston could be trailing significantly in this third quarter, so they're going to hoist a lot more threes, and I figure, okay, a couple of them will fall. I'll take the over.
You guys know this. You can bet on almost any stat, including assists. Dave and Pony, how about Draymond Green, over or under 5.5 assists here in game one? Pony?
That is a lot for a guy that's not a point guard. I mean, that is a ton. I know he had 9 in his last game, but I just don't see the ball in Draymond Green's hands enough for him to go over that number. I'm going under here, Lisa.
Unequivocally, this is my best bet of the entire show and of this game. Pony, when the NBA Finals start, this guy just a light clicks and he turns into an assist machine. The last 10, not just his last game, what you mentioned he had 9, but his last 10 NBA Finals game, he's averaging 9. The last time he played in the NBA Finals, he had 13 against the Raptors. Yeah, it was a couple years ago, but he just has a knack for getting assists in these finals. I think 5.5 is a gift. I think he's going to get at least 10, actually.
Compelling arguments. Let's focus on rebounds here. Over or under 9.5 rebounds for Al Horford. Ed and Pony. We're going to get your takes. And Ed, coming in hot, you're first. What's up?
Okay, so I know the numbers in terms of transition offense have not been too kind to Golden State, at least for these playoffs, but we know what they're capable of in terms of running it out and getting fast and upping that tempo. And so, to me, Boston cannot commit too much in the offensive rebounding, because if they do, Golden State's going to make them pay. I see an under here.
All right. Awesome stuff, guys.
Bravo.
Go.
Well
Tony.
done, Ed.
Thank you.
I'm
I'll be here all week.
I'm going under, too, because I think I could see Horford getting pulled out of this game for Williams. I think the up and down nature of the game means we might see the other big man play off the bench for Boston.
I thought I was going to have to break up a fight there. So I was just, you know what? I'm here for it, though. Awesome stuff, guys. There are hundreds of fun player prop bets, from ones we just previewed to others, like whether a player will make or miss his first shot, his first free throw, and how he'll score his first points. Now, there's a reason why FanDuel is the #1 sportsbook in North America. We give you the most and best chances to win. It's all on the app. And new users, don't forget to get your $200 free just for betting with us. Of course, there are a ton of game props as well, so we'll showcase a couple of them right here, guys. Same drill. I'm going to ask a couple of you to give me your pick. We're going to start with Ed and Pony here. Guys, which team will get to 25 points first? Ed?
I do feel like that Boston, because they have the size advantage at the wings, that they are going to cause a couple of problems, at least in the early going. Like I said before, this is a situation where Golden State's adjustments will be in the second half, not in the first half. I think Boston can take advantage and get to 25 first.
Yeah, I think Tatum's going to have a game that gets talked about for years to come. So I think he's going to have 20 in the first quarter, help him get to 25. I think he might go for 50 tonight, Dave. The big 5-0.
Dave's got a different prop here. Dave and Ed, this is for you. Over under 108.5 points for the Warriors. And Dave, you are up.
Yeah, I like the over. I think they'll hit this number pretty handily. I'm going to say they get closer to 120 than even the 110. So this will be one of my strong plays, over.
Warriors will be crashing the boards significantly, 27.5% as far as that's concerned. They will get those second chance points. Take the over.
All right, guys, so we previewed a bunch of fun bets here, spread, totals, props, and on the FanDuel Sportsbook app, you can combine those to form what's called a same-game parlay. You know that. You also know it drastically increases your payout. Guys, instead of me asking you certain wagers here, I want you to give me a 3-leg same-game parlay. Explain what your pick is and why you're making each pick. Dave, I'm going to start with you. Give us your SGP for the Celtics-Warriors matchup tonight, Game 1. What's it looking like? Yeah,
the same game parlay is so fun because you can really find so many different ways to make it pay. So, for instance, let's start with Horford. This is just a simple one. This is kind of just a 50-50 shot. I don't think he's going to score 11 points in this game. Since he got that career-high playoff 30 points, Game 4 against the Bucks, he's only hit this number twice out of his 9 games since then, so not scoring too much right now. I'm going to say he goes under. Let's focus on Draymond Green, and his total for the assist, remember, was 5.5, but I think it's going to get 10. Look what that does to that number. That's plus 650. So this is really going to juice up the same game parlay, and I'm going to end by Steph Curry hitting at least 5 threes. So you can bet him to make 1 3, 2 3, 3s, 4. I'd say he's going to hit 5. He does that in his sleep. Look what I'm getting here, 38 to 1. $100 is going to get me back just shy of $4,000.
You know, when we do football, I do a lot of, alternate spreads, alternate totals, and I'm going to do that once again here. And I am so excited to be able to do this. It's so fun. Okay, Jayson Tatum, alternate over 5.5 assists. I do feel like, yes, he'll get some baskets in there, but I think he'll be more of a distributor because Boston will probably be going deep to try and find those 6-7 guys some offense. Then I like Klay Thompson, alternate over 4.5 rebounds. You don't think of him as much of a rebound guy, but multiple guys will be crashing the boards here, and I feel like Thompson will be one of those. And then Jordan Poole, alternate over 3.5 assists. You put it all together, and you're getting close to 10 to 1.
I like that one, Ed. I petitioned John Sheeran to have a special prop, Draymond Green to kick somebody in the groin in the finals, Ed. Dave, he's done that before, but I got shut down. So this is what I got instead. Let's start with Thompson. Under points here, sweltering defense. He's not going over 20 after his hot shooting to knock Dallas out. My next one, Draymond Green. I'm fading you, Dave.
Good.
Under everything with Draymond Green. You better believe it. Okay, he's not going to have a finals reminiscent of what he did against Toronto when all of Golden State was injured in that series. Not the case now. And then my last one, Smart under rebounds. Why? Because he's going to be playing defense right up in Curry, not giving him any space to shoot. Plus 683, same game parlay.
So much shade. How do you be feeling about that fade, Dave?
No, he's not fading me. I hope he has 0 points and 30 assists. I don't care about the points. I just need assists anyway.
That
so
happens a lot
Tony.
with him. That's fine. And plus, the Marcus Smart thing, they'll be doing so much switching for Curry. Like, why are you focusing on just one guy? Like, it's going to be everybody. It's a team effort.
Taking so much wind out of his sails, by the way. He was like all about like, yes, I'm getting to him. How about this, Dave? Face. All right, team. There are thousands of same-game parlay combinations you can create, so make sure you log on to the FanDuel Sportsbook app and create your own. Remember, it is a great way to increase the odds and get a big payout on your bet. Along with making bets on the FanDuel Sportsbook app, you can also play a free daily fantasy challenge with a $10,000 prize pool. It is the Body Armor Inside Edge Challenge, and it is easy to play. Just set your 5-player lineup while staying under the salary cap. The MVP position will get double the points. The star position gets 1.5 times the points, and the pro position gets 1.2 times the points. You also have 2 utility players. Score enough points, and you'll be eligible to win part of the $10,000 prize pool. It is the Body Armor Inside Edge contest. It is for Game 3. Keep that in mind. Game 3, which is coming up on Wednesday. You can sign up for the free contest on the website on your screen, FanDuel.com/league/Body Armor. Again, that's FanDuel.com/league/Body Armor. Make sure to play this free DFS contest for your chance to win $10,000. And as always, have fun and good luck. All right, now it is time to take a look at some bets that you can make on the championship series. First and foremost, which team is going to win? This is, well, that's pretty straightforward, guys. So let's get each of you in here. We're going to hear what you think will be hoisting the Larry O'Brien Trophy at the end of this series. So we're getting right to it. Dave, which team do you like?
Well, you know, we like to say out here in California, West is best. You're learning that, Lisa. You know, you've come out here to California now X amount of times. This is where champions are made, whether it be down here in LA or up in Northern California with the Warriors. This is a tough spot for Boston, being on the road in games 1 and 2. I think the Warriors get out to a quick start here, jump out 2-0, and, you know, if they just take care of business at Chase Center, they're going to get this job done. But I think they'll also win in Boston, so I don't think it's going to go 7. I think the Warriors win it pretty handily.
Boston is dealing with a real exhaustion problem here. They've been playing 7 guys in the playoffs pretty much all playoffs long. Meanwhile, Golden State has all this mix and match and versatility, all this switching that they can do on the key offensive guys. I feel like that all of these weapons and all of these decisions that Steve Kerr can have at his disposal, I think that's going to be the difference. We haven't even talked that much about Jordan Poole. His usage rate has been pretty high. Kevon Looney's assist rate has been really underrated. There's so many good gifts that the backup guys present that they're going to make Steph and Klay and Draymond look fantastic. I've got the Warriors winning this thing.
Series on paper honestly reminds me of when Detroit upset the Lakers and Shaq and Kobe, where one team was so defensive-minded. You know, this team, Boston, is more of a star than that team did, but it was an upset because one team had the championships and the reputation, and the other team was green in the finals. And speaking of green, I'm going Celtics. I mean, come on here. With their great defense, second in field goal percentage defense, they've been better defensively in these playoffs than the Warriors have been offensively. Boston is going to take this series and maybe not shock the world, but close.
Green, the color of money. All right, Pony. All right, now let's load this question a little bit, guys. We got your picks on who will win the series, but hey, how many games will this series go? You can see the odds right there on your screen right now. Dave, are you betting 4, 5, 6, or 7 games for this year's finals? What do you think?
It's going 5, but I'm going to take it one step further. There's a bet you can make called Select Correct Win Order. Golden State wins 1, 2, and 3. Boston takes games 4. Golden State wins it in game 5 plus 1,400. So I took it next level.
I'm going 6 here because 6 and 7 is pretty much a coin flip, bigger payout with 6. But I'd rather do Warriors win in 6, take that bet, and get a bigger payout.
I like 5 plus 250. Love the payout there. I think this is a short series.
Hoping for 7. Hoping for 7. All right, we're going to get our experts' picks for the finals MVP in just a second. But first, I want to tell you about a special offer for FanDuel Casino players. Ladies and gentlemen, if you place a bet of at least $5 on the NBA Finals before Game 1, that is tonight, you'll get $10 in casino credit. Anyone 21 and older in New Jersey, Pennsylvania, Michigan, Connecticut, and West Virginia is eligible for this. Again, just place a bet of at least $5. You'll get $10 in casino credit. Get your bets in before tip-off tonight. Enjoy the action with FanDuel Casino. And now it is that time. Let's bring everybody back in here to talk about the Finals MVP. Steph Curry, the odds-on favorite. Jayson Tatum, the Celtics' shortest odds there for him. No surprises there. Dave, you going with a favorite or a long shot?
I'm going with a favorite. If you like Boston, it's going to be Tatum. If you like the Warriors, it's going to be Curry. You know, he does have the rings, but he doesn't have the supporters. Durant twice and Iguodala, the first championship that they won. So I think Steph gets his MVP Finals this year.
Steph is probably going to get it, but I love the value with Klay Thompson at 22-1. Did you know that Klay has the second highest defensive rating for the Warriors these playoffs? Well, I didn't know that. That didn't make a lot of sense. And then I broke it down and go, yeah, he's actually been a pretty solid defender in terms of all the switching they've had to do getting up to these finals. Not to mention, we know he can be an elite three-point shooter. So if he gets hot for these series, then Klay Thompson's got this.
Pretty simple formula. Take the best player on the team you think is going to win. It almost never goes to a losing player like Jerry West a bunch of years ago. And look at the recent history. Giannis, LeBron, Kevin Durant twice, Kawhi Leonard. I think Boston's going to win, and I think Tatum will be their best player. So there.
What if, okay, so you guys have all made your picks for who you think is going to win. But if you were just going for value there, is there anybody on that board that you're like, you know what, I would actually throw, you know, $15 on somebody?
Maybe I'll go back to my guy, 22.
Porter.
Wiggins.
Draymond Green, if this gets to be a defensive slugfest, then why not go with the best on-ball defender?
There you go. All right, a little extra value for you guys. Thanks, guys. Not just hoops in action, by the way. Major League Soccer is kicking off this weekend, and there's a fun and free contest you can play and win cash just by making a few predictions about Saturday's game. It's the free MLS Pick'em contest presented by Captain Morgan. You'll get points for each correct prediction and can win a share of the $3,000 prize pool. This is the last week for this contest, so make sure you sign up. Take advantage of this chance to win free money. It's cash, guys. Here's the website to enter, FanDuel.com/freegame/Captain Morgan. Again, that's FanDuel.com/freegames/Captain Morgan. Remember, it is free, so check it out right now. You must be at least 21 years old to enter. Have fun, and good luck with this one. It's the last week to take advantage of that. All right, you guys, that's a wrap on the show. But before we get out of here, I really want to know, as we tip off tonight, 9 p.m. Eastern Time, Dubs Celtics, what's the one thing that you're really going to be looking for in tonight's game? Dave?
I think it's how Tatum starts. If he comes out 0 for 6 and starts out slow, it's going to be a long night. If he somehow is able to contain those nerves and make his first couple of baskets, it's going to be interesting.
I'm curious to see how Marcus Smart gets used offensively. He could be a three-point shooting threat here. If some of those do start to drop, then how does Golden State deal with him and some of the other playmakers?
I'm looking for Draymond Green's temperament. I think he might get thrown out of this game tonight. So frustrated. They're going to draw him away from the basket, and Horford and Williams are going to hoist up threes all day long, Dave. Take that. No assists. 0 assists.
Yeah, because he got kicked out.
Wow.
Project it. Let's go. Let's just hope for an exciting and long NBA Finals. I want 7 games here for Dave, Ed, and Pony, and our entire hardworking team behind the scenes. I'm Lisa Kerney. Thanks for hanging with us here on FanDuel Sportsbook's More Ways to Win. This is the NBA Finals edition. And a reminder for all of you new users out there, you can get $200 in free bets. All you have to do, sign up for an account, make a minimum deposit of $10, and then spend $5. You're going to get that $200 instantly. Hey, good luck. Enjoy the games, and we'll see you next time.